Alright, YouTube, video lesson 3. Alright, so, you've got picking down, or you should feel fairly comfortable with, maybe not all that stuff in that picking video, but with a good percentage of what you've learned. You should feel comfortable with it. Maybe the palm muting's still not coming to you, but you should feel fairly comfortable with the other stuff. So, now that you've got your picking down, we're going to go with fretting. Fretting is going to be your other hand, not your picking hand. And you're going to pick any random fret, but keep it on the first string, just to start with. Boom. Okay, mine's 3 right now. So, put your finger, it can be anywhere between the two metal pieces. This is a metal piece. This is a metal piece. Right between the two. Now, it can be towards the back, towards the front, but you don't want it directly on the metal pieces. You want to, generally it's best to stay towards the higher end of the fret, but, once you get into stuff, you kind of, sometimes you can't, but you want to keep it, at least, try to keep it towards the middle as best you can. So, now that you've done that, you want to push down. You don't want to push down so hard that you can see the string bending between the two metal pieces. So you don't want to push down so hard that you can see the string bend between the two metal pieces. But you want it to be touching the two metal pieces. So you want it to be touching that and that. The string goes down. You should feel it touch. And see it touch, obviously. And you want to keep a firm pressure on it, but not enough to bend it. So here's what it sounds like the correct way. That's a correctly fretted note. Now, with when that's pushed down too far, I'll do it regular. I'll do it the correct way, and then push down harder, and you'll hear it's gonna be it's not gonna be the right note. So makes it a little higher, stretches it out. That's not where you want to be. So, that's just keep practicing until you get it so there's no buzzing and no, you're not pushing too hard. Shouldn't take too much effort. I'm just not pushing too hard. Now, you don't want it to be too light of a pressure, because it gives you that shitty ass "you screwed up on Guitar Hero" noise. Or it gives you a buzz. So you want to just firm pressure but not bending it. Okay? Now, you can move that around. And practice to where you can move your one finger around and get, pretty much get each one sounding right. To where you can play it at a fairly okay speed, switching back and forth fairly quickly. So, now that you've got that, try, adding your other fingers into it. Keep it on the low string. I like to follow the dots, so 3, 5, 7. So try to incorporate all your fingers into that. Once you've incorporated all your fingers into it, try moving around on the strings. So and it's gonna be hard. Don't worry if you're not learning it as fast as I'm teaching it. You're supposed to have to practice it. That's the point. So practice, just keep practicing until you can get decent. at that stuff, and then you can add in your alternate picking and your palm muting. So you've got that. Guess let's go over some heavy metal power chords. We'll just do 2 or 3 simple ones in this lesson, so I don't run, too long. Take your pointer finger and you want to fret all the top 3 strings on any given point. Then practice obviously moving your fingers. So that's the first one. You're just barring the top 3. The next one, we're going to take your pointer finger and your ring finger. You don't have to have it, like I'm going to be showing it with my fingers down like this. You don't have to, as long as your other fingers aren't touching the other strings. So fret number 3, which would be the first dot. Fret number 5, which would be the second dot. Skip the top string. You go on the second string with your pointer finger and the third string with your ring finger. And only strum those 2 strings. Okay, and that chord is something that's fairly easy to alter. You can add your pinky in on the 3rd string still, and take your ring finger off, so there's 2 frets in between them instead of 1. Gives it a different tone, or you can just do no frets in between them. So you can alter it, You can skip as many frets as you want, as long as you're using the 2, and make sure it sounds good to you. So if it sounds good to you, then it must sound good. I don't know. So those are the chord that's easily altered, and the standard bar chord. Now, a lot of harder rock and metal riffs are just that bar, just those chords and your picking techniques. So palm muting, and then that has a little, but don't worry about that. So that's pretty easy, huh? If not, just keep practicing. You'll get it. It's not, no big rush. Just keep practicing. Guess that's it for this video. So, peace.